Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with WorldWide Willis. I'm your host, Brandon Willis, and this podcast is brought to you by the LMG Podcast Network. And today we are discussing the upcoming, the big event of the summer, SummerSlam. And today I got the crew back together. L, what's up, man?
Hey man, another day, another podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Patty Ice, what's up, man?
Hello, my fellow gentlemen. We are here taking care of some business. Should be a good one. Looking forward to previewing this card with you guys. Unfortunately, I won't get to watch SummerSlam because I'll be working, but I know the group chat will keep me up to date. Shout out. So,
Yeah. No, we'll keep you hooked up.
It would definitely
Hopefully we
keep
don't
you hooked
spoil
up.
anything that spoil anything for you, but I'm sure as we'll talk about in this podcast, there's some stuff that is kind of what's coming. Some stuff you might not. So let's just start with it. Right now we have a projected 7 matches on the SummerSlam card. Could be something added. I doubt it, but could be something added. Maybe pre-show or something like that. So let's just start out with one of the hotter storylines. I don't know if it's necessarily these two in the ring necessarily hot, but it's hot in general. We have Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the women's championship. Obviously, Dom is all the way intertwined into this rivalry. However, I'm wondering, do you guys think is it too soon for Rhea to get that title back, or are they going to drag this out more? Because the storyline is hot, but also it's kind of hard, as we know, Pat. I know Pat's going to say otherwise, but it's hard to fathom other than outside of a Dom but Rhea portrayal, or like him betraying Rhea. I can't see Liv beating Rhea in any capacity of an actual wrestling match. So, what do y'all think? Well, you can start first.
I think they're gonna keep letting this play out. I think Dom is gonna, go with Liv, even though Pat probably doesn't like that, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna probably happen. Keep the storyline going and see what's gonna happen to the Judgment Day after this, because they about one move or two moves to a total explosion. So
True.
I think
Yeah.
I think Liv is I think she's gonna take this one with Dom doing the cross.
Yeah. I could. I will say, Judgment Day is kind of moving more. I don't want to say they're moving babyface because they're not, but we can talk about Damien later. But I could see them going. Dom joins Liv, and then we have sort of a redemption thing for Rhea while she's still in the Judgment Day. She
Yeah.
already gets proud, already goes wild for it, so it's not like she's actually a heel. But
Yeah, because she turned face like right after that Nia Jax match in Australia.
yeah, exactly. Like crowd been going crazy for her for a while now. But like the
Right.
crowd wants to root for her.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Pat, what do you I know you're this is the I want to let people know this is everything Pat's about to say is extremely biased. But go ahead.
Then on
no,
top of
there's
that, like he's
there's
in the dark too, so it's no telling what the hell is about to come out of his mouth.
All right. Especially talking about Liv. Who knows?
Yeah.
so I want to first off come on the record and say that there is no bias in this statement that I'm about to make. Um, Liv is a very great wrestler, who can handle her own in the
We're
ring.
starting off strong, huh? All right.
Whatever. Uh,
He approves this message.
however, um, I don't think Dom's gonna turn on Rhea at all. It's gonna be one of those he's trying to help Rhea, accidentally like causes her to lose. Um,
Mm,
but
I can see
I
that.
also like I think Liv's gonna look strong in the match, but it's going to be a like Dom's not gonna necessarily turn, but he's gonna do something dumb like he always does because he's dumb Dom. But uh, and cause Rhea to lose the match, and eventually, I think that's what's gonna pull Rhea away from Judgment Day and just say, hey, you guys are causing me to not achieve what I want to achieve, so I'm gone. Um,
I could see it. I could definitely see that.
You think she gonna leave?
I I
yeah,
can see what Pat's saying outside of the leaving Judgment Day part.
I can see that. I can see that too.
Yeah. I could definitely see the finish being him trying to help at some point, trying to redeem, get revenge on Liv, and then it ends up fumbling and causing Rhea a loss. I just don't think
Yeah.
they can do Judgment Day without Rhea. I just don't know if you can. I don't know. I don't know if you can
I
do
just
that.
don't. So my thing is right now that like when she left to go recover from being hurt or whatever the scenario was, um, Judgment Day kind of like lost steam, and I don't know if it's at a point where even if they put her like adding her back, it's going to pick it back up. Because let's be
But it kind of
honest,
already has, though. Like it
Yeah.
already is one of the hottest
but
storylines.
like mainly her though, like Finn and JD aren't really doing much with the tag titles. I know they just won them, but like it's not anything interesting going right now with them in the tag titles. Damian Priest is about to lose the title to Gunther because honestly, if Gunther doesn't beat him, then what else are they gonna do with Gunther? Um, so we're back to you have the tag champs, and then Rhea's not gonna have a title. Like I just don't know if people are interested still in the Judgment Day as they were before. I even think like going into WrestleMania, I think it was starting to kind of lose steam, and people were more cheering Rhea than they were the Judgment Day. If that makes sense. Like, or more interested in Rhea than they were the Judgment Day. So, like, I think if you want to keep her hot, you don't put her back.
Mm.
Um,
I
but then again, like, if they do put her back, she can kind of come in and say, "Hey, while I was gone, you guys have been a bunch of Muppets. Like, clean it up, fix it,
right.
and get back to like dominating people." But this the whole when they wanted to have the whole Damien wanting to like not attack people, like be a prestigious champion or whatever, that kind of
Yeah.
killed him because it made Damien and JD look like a bunch of like stooges. And Finn Balor is your first Universal heavyweight champion, and JD McDonough is no slouch in the ring either. Like those two guys should be helping elevate and not Damien making them look like a bunch of freaking yahoos. Um, so
I can I can sort of see that. I mean, I rewatched the War Games match, and it was kind of weird. I get what they're doing with propping up Damien, but like in that match, he was like, you picked up that table. You get up there and jump off the. It was just like, dang, like shit. I mean, Finn ain't got to be the leader, but it was definitely like, okay, if there's gonna be a leader, y'all said there wasn't gonna be one, but if there is gonna be one, it shouldn't be Damien. Um, so I mean, I don't know. I'm not the huge biggest Finn Balor fan, but I agree though that like some of the stuff they've done, they've made JD look bad, they've made Finn look bad, and it's hurt them in the long run because now you don't have a group of like five people killing it. You really got like two and Dom and Rhea, Damien at times, and then kind of in and out there. Carlito might have a funny night, or you know what I mean. But like and the R-Truth thing, kind of it undercut him. Like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
um,
In my opinion, we should have had like Carlito and JD McDonough, or even JD and Dom should be the two like stooges of the group, and Carlito maybe is like their leader, like the stooge leader. But then like Damon and Finn should be the powerhouses
yeah,
conducting like, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what you need to do. Like the way they had the bloodline, like the Usos sometimes would get the ass whoopings from like whenever they try to 2-on-1 somebody,
yeah,
but they weren't like mocked and they weren't like portrayed as goofy.
right,
Like it was still the Usos. Like they were still gonna whoop somebody's ass, handle business.
yeah,
Whereas Finn and JD are just like because of how Damien is telling them like not to attack people, he's making them look foolish and look like a joke instead of just like embracing that like pack mentality. Like during the match, I don't want anything, but after the match, like we put the boots to him type of thing.
yeah. I can see
Hmm.
it. I mean, I still struggle with. I don't think Rhea. I think Judgment Day should be a Rhea thing. If anyone leaves, I think it should stay a Rhea thing. Like I want Rhea to run that thing. You know what I mean? I don't think if you put Judgment Day on Damien's back or Finn's back, I don't think it lasts very long after that.
But
But I
that's
think
what
if
it's
you
been since she's been hurt.
that's what I'm saying. Like I
But
don't
it's
think
mainly
it.
been Damien. I think if it was Finn,
I don't.
I think it'd be a little different. Like Finn is
Finn been losing too much for it to be Finn.
Yeah,
well,
Finn
if
is.
like if he didn't like he should not have lost a couple of those
I
matches to
mean,
Seth Rollins like he did. Um, or even like some of the ones to Edge, like he should have beaten Edge a couple times. Um, Finn honestly should be the quote unquote leader of that group. Like he
I
should have
don't
won
know.
money. He should have won Money in the Bank. Like Priest is a better. If they would have set Priest up to be like the bodyguard and had Finn be the Shawn Michaels, I think that group goes a lot better.
But the only thing that wouldn't make any sense because it started with Damien and Rhea with Edge.
Yeah, but Damien, it
Yeah,
started with Damien being Edge's like Diesel, his big man powerhouse.
Right.
So
yeah,
with Finn taking over, Finn should have, whenever they turned on Edge, Finn should have uh taken that role of, all right, now Damien's my bodyguard leader or bodyguard um power muscle guy, and like Finn should have won Money in the Bank. Um, should have cashed in, won it, whatever. And then it's like the turning point, like the culmination of should have been Damien and Finn in a where Damien then breaks off and starts this run. Like it would have set it up better. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Because Damien like what could have been, we attacked Edge and took Edge out of the group because he started becoming too much of a leader. You're now becoming too much of a, tell me what to do. We're supposed to be everybody making the same decisions, the same like rank or whatever. Um, and then almost like how they're doing the Otis Chad Gable stuff, or did that Otis Chad Gable stuff.
yeah,
Where like Otis finally had enough and win it Chad Gable, but obviously like a more
Yeah,
advanced level.
if you call that one after him, that's a whole
yeah.
nother conversation.
I just, I don't know. I just think the franchise player is real. Like Finn had his
Yeah.
moment, cool, but he's not the franchise player. Like he's cool, but he's very replaceable. Like whereas Rhea is like you got to strap it on her back, even if she's not the champ. Like Rhea's the type of person, like as we've seen, when she don't even wrestle, we're interested. So like you gotta keep the Judgment Day on her back. She's the leader. She should be the leader. I mean, she's basically the leader. It's just not, you know what I mean? When she was gone, Damien took a little bit more, but I don't know how I trust them to make it play out well, but I just don't. Well, however you do it, make sure Rhea's still ahead of the Judgment Day because there's plenty of wrestlers she could replace Damien with, or use it to enhance other people's coming up. But um, yeah, but I do think I do. Some reason, something tells me Liv wins this match overall,
Yeah.
uh, some way or another. Just because it's, I mean, to me, honestly, I mean, Liv is doing some of the best. I'll give Liv a compliment.
Keep
Liv
trying to
is
tell
doing
y'all.
some. Liv is doing some of the best work of her career. I'll give her that. However, it has nothing to do with a championship. She could have did this storyline without a championship, right? It hasn't enhanced the title. It hasn't lessened the title, but it hasn't enhanced it either. And so, to me, she doesn't need to be champ. However, it is a short run, and it makes her look crazy still. So,
That I agree with. I think partially because the Rhea injury, slash I think it was a combination of she was hurt and then they just decided like, hey, just take some time off with it.
yeah,
'Cause I think she was like she had surgery and healed like a minute ago, but then I think she got married and some did some other stuff, just took some time.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I think if Rhea was still the champ and Liv was doing this on her way to winning the championship, I think would have been a lot better.
yeah,
Liv being the champ is not because it's like at this point the revenge tour is done because she has the title
right, yeah.
and
And
then like
she,
had
yeah,
Dom or whatever. Like so it definitely it was something that needed to pay off at like SummerSlam where she was like, okay, I finally did what I wanted to do. I took Rhea out or I beat Rhea and take everything, whatever. But
Yeah.
So when do y'all think it'll be, complete? Because if we all saying this ain't gonna be over with, you think it's gonna happen in October in Bad Blood pay-per-view?
Yeah. I
probably.
mean, probably because I mean this story has legs to be able to last that long, especially
Yeah,
when you got a strong faction.
especially if Dom does what I think he's gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes it even longer. So I mean, no, you're right. I mean, it has legs. I can see it lasting maybe till then, or even maybe even I don't say Royal Rumble, but like end of the year. Who knows? Like it could be, Triple H done such a good job of keeping rivalries going for a long time while they still face other people.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening, but we shall see. It's a very hot storyline. I will give credit. Dom has been killing it, man. This dude is just he got it, man. Like I just like
Mullet and
dude
all.
just has it. No, what was you gonna say?
I said mullet and all.
Yeah, mullet and all, man. Mustache, like dude
Mustache
just
with that
has
boy,
it,
that mustache is something else.
man. But like, dude's acting is just top tier, and he just the way
Yeah.
he's been the comedy, the timing, comedy time. Like, dude is just
And he hasn't broke.
yeah, he hasn't broke
Because
at
there's a
all.
lot
Like,
of times where that's like, I would have laughed.
yeah, I would have folded with some of the things Livs was doing. I would have folded like a cheer, like easy work. But yeah, he's been killing it, man. So yeah,
Uh,
shout out to Dom.
Me being a faithful and loyal person in my relationship, I would not have succumbed to anything that Liv Morgan did. Just want to say that right now on the record.
Well, that proves you would have. So all right. Uh, next we have very interesting rivalry. We have Bailey versus Nia Jax for the other women's championship, the women's world championship. I believe that's the title. But Bailey's title versus Nia Jax, we kind of had a very weird like Tiffany Stratton relationship. No, I don't really understand that pairing. I get it; she has money in the bank, but it doesn't really make sense to me. Um, I guess Pat, what do you think about this one, Bailey versus Nia Jax?
I'm about to lay the match out for you guys. Nobody has to answer this question after this because this is how it's gonna go. Nia's just gonna take Bailey out basically. But at the last second, Bailey's gonna do some kind of like roll up thing. Nia's gonna get mad, start whooping on her. Tiffany's gonna come out, cash in. Tiff's gonna be the champ.
Mm, I could see it. I could definitely see it. I don't know if I want Tiffany to win her first title that way. However, you know, I can see it happening that way.
That's
Um, I just, I don't know. I don't like her winning it that way.
that's
Like
gonna
she's good
how
enough to be a heel and still beat somebody, but
yeah, but her having the money in the bank, that's how it's gonna happen.
no, I agree. And I don't think there's been an unsuccessful women's cash in as of yet. So
I think it might happen.
yeah, that and it
I
might be
think it might be the
unsuccessful.
first.
Who knows? Who knows? El, what do you think?
I think she might try. I think Tiffy might try it.
Yeah,
But the only thing I don't think she's going to cash in because they keep teasing this new money in the bank that she has to since her current one is broke.
right.
So WWE got to make that money and make it pink.
Yeah, merchandise, man. Yeah,
Yeah, they
you're right.
gotta they gotta make that money. So I feel like she's gonna tease it, but I don't think she's gonna do it.
Yeah,
And if she does do it, she might fail. But I
I
think
get.
but I
Yeah,
think it's gonna prolong it because they gotta make that merchandise money.
yeah, that's true. And I mean, I can see Tiff walking around with that for a couple months. Um,
But I don't know who will win out of Nia and Bailey though. Because either one can win. Because it's
yeah,
not
no
one of
facts.
those, times where Bailey needs to hold it for a long time.
Right.
So I can see
Naya,
I can see Nia taking it because she's been rolling.
she been rolling. Like I could see her winning it, and then maybe not or Tiffany asking for a favor. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I can see Tiffy taking it from Nia.
yeah, I can see that cash in there. I can
Because
see
they
that.
too buddy buddy, even though they they've been on the road buddies. This is how all this stuff started on, TikTok and Instagram, doing all these
Right.
dances and other things behind the scenes.
Right.
And they wind up being close, but
Yeah.
she's going to turn on her eventually.
I could definitely see it.
I
Definitely
think that's
see
more
it.
likely. I think that's more likely. I think Nia wins, and then uh Tiffy is just kind of like the I'm your friend along for the ride, but it's like sneaky.
Yeah.
Will
Bops
try
her
to
over the
cash
head.
in, yeah, or like try to cash in behind her back a couple times. Nia stops her, and then finally, like there's a point where she cashes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it. Think I don't think there's a bad in this case, I don't think there's a bad result. Either way, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Uh Nia's been doing like career work, or career best, so not mad either way. Um,
Did she tell Bailey she had a BBL?
she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
She
she
did.
did.
Shout out to her for somebody referencing it. Like we all
Yeah.
know the internet
We
talks
we
about
all
it,
we
but
all
Mm,
we all know it's there.
yeah.
yeah,
But
pretty
like
sure there's an
WWE
Instagram page dedicated to it.
facts. It really is. A
Right.
couple actually. Um, so I mean, I'm glad somebody addressed it. The community addressed it a long time ago. However, I'm glad we've caught up. But all right, let's move on to the US title match. We have LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Pat's favorite wrestler, Logan Paul. Um, this one, solid build up. You know what I mean? Logan had a good promo, I thought, recently, kind of going at LA Knight. And this is kind of I'd say like a kind of a cool matchup just because it's like two dudes who are very like, I don't know, flashy and stuff like that. Um, I would like to see LA Knight get the dub here. Like, but with the way they pushing Logan Paul, I don't know. I really don't know. L, what do you think?
He better win.
Yeah,
LA Knight better win.
really. Like it should at this point. Like
Like
we've been
they've been building this for what?
a couple years now.
Yeah. Especially with him and Logan, at least
Yeah,
since before WrestleMania.
I remember they were in a. I forgot where they were, and LA Knight popped out. He was hot as he ever was, and he went at Logan Paul, and the crowd went nuts. That was like last year, early last year, or
Was that
something like
money in
that.
the was that Money in the Bank
It
last year?
was it backlash or was it? It
Because there was
was
something where it was a whole bunch of people in one ring.
yes, yeah. It was a bunch of people, and LA Knight popped out. So it might have
Or
been
was
Money
it
in the Bank
Royal
last
Rumble?
year.
He's either Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That he
I
came
think
out
it
and
was
that's what
Money in the Bank because
that's
then
what I
Logan,
thought it was.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure Logan Paul was in Money in the Bank.
Yes, because Logan
Yeah.
Paul didn't earn his spot. Everybody else
Hmm.
earned their spot. Logan Paul didn't, and the LA Knight came at him for that. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So no, you're right. They've been building this for a while. So I just think this is the guy, like it's LA Knight's time, personally. Um but L, do you think I mean I think it could be a solid match. Like I think
I
it could
think
be
it
a,
will be.
above average match.
I think so. We'll
Yeah.
see who, because didn't Logan Paul say he got a surprise?
Yeah, there's some new celebrity popping out. You already know.
So was it gonna be Kai off of Twitch? Is it gonna be him this time?
Probably. I wonder if it'll be who's Cleveland's rivals. It's probably be somebody like
Either from the Steelers,
Steel, yeah, the Ravens or
Ravens, or Bengals.
Probably somebody from the Bengals since it's Ohio. It's a
bro.
little
If he
closer.
brought out Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow came out there and did some walk, that'd be fire.
With his old Cody Rhodes hair right
Cody
now.
Rhodes, yeah.
Yeah. Joe got too much swag. Um, Pat, what do you think about this one?
Uh, I'm. I think it's time for Logan Paul to lose the belt. It was time for him to lose it like immediately after he won it. Um, like but I think that not Mystique, but like that wow factor of him and the interest of him having it, I think it's died down. Like
Mhm.
he was going, like I think you mentioned, when he had first won it, he was like he's taking on podcasts and like taking it to stuff that you don't normally see WWE talked about. He was
Right.
doing all that, but I think now that stuff is kind of worn off.
Yeah.
So I think now it's time to get it off of him
Yeah.
back on regular TV, and then Logan Paul to just go crawl in a hole and never come out.
Now, is that because he haven't wrestled that much?
That
Uh,
too.
that yeah, that's part of it, but it also like I think he's done all he can do with making it a thing outside of wrestling, and like it needs to be back in a wrestling type of story, like and not shown on podcasts or streams or when he goes to his brother's boxing matches that his brother fights, some random dude, local Joe for to keep his stats up.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
So if that happens, what do y'all think? What's next for Logan?
I think
I,
takes a break.
yeah, I hope he
Takes a
just
while.
goes to
He's
a
been on
hole,
the
doesn't come
brakes.
back.
I'm saying like he'll probably won't show back up till
So Royal Rumble.
Survivor Series, Royal
Oh yeah,
Rumble.
Survivor Series.
Yeah, like I could see him popping up at the next big one, but yeah, I just
I hope not.
Is he
yeah,
officially signed on SmackDown? Like
No,
yes.
get
Well,
drafted
he's
to
officially
SmackDown?
signed like a long-term deal. I just don't know.
I'm talking
I
about
don't think.
storyline for
Yeah,
like SmackDown. You know when they
like
did the draft.
Oh,
no, I don't think so. I think he's
I
just
think he's a
there because
free
he
agent.
had the title. Yeah, so I think he's like, I don't think he's on any specific one. Which honestly, he can go be on WWE Speed, and I'll be okay.
Steve. uh, I I do want to see LA Knight title run because they got a lot of young talent over there on
Hmm.
SmackDown, especially like to have those guys going up against it. Most of the guys are heels, anyways. Have them going up against LA Knight, challenging for it. That'd be cool. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yes, Santos,
Yeah,
Andrade. Even though Andrade's not a heel, let Andrade and LA Knight go at it.
right.
Uh,
Carmelo.
Mello.
Melo, yep. Him and Melo, that's to me the first storyline off the gate. To me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, no, you're right. Like, they got a lot of young talent out there that I feel like they can just immediately go with. Whereas right now, it's kind of been a halted because in ring rivalry wise, I mean, Logan's not gonna be there all the time.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping this LA finally gets his moment. Hopefully. Um. All right. Next we have Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. If this dude, I want to say it now, if this dude has Gunther and Braun Breaker on his resume, like I'm done. I'm done with the IC title. Like I really am. Like I can't do that. Like the first time, the fact that he beat him the last time, clean, it's crazy.
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, like it's crazy with one Haluga kick. Yeah, Yeah, we can't do that. So
He has to come off that belt.
he has to.
He
Like
can't beat him twice.
Braun is Braun is cooking right now. So I don't know. Pat, what do you think?
As much as I love Sammy, I uh, I think Braun winning the title is a better idea. Um, and then you can throw more people at him. You can throw Jey Uso
Yeah.
as a hey, I'm for Sammy's honor type of thing. You could throw Ilya.
Yep.
You took me out, damn near killed me. I'm coming back for you. Um, it's a couple different people that you can kind of just, like, I think Trick's gonna get called up soon.
I can see that.
Yeah, I
Whenever
think
Trick
he
comes
is
up,
too.
if he's still the champ, you throw Trick at him.
Yeah.
Um, Cena on his way out,
Yeah.
potentially. That's a title that Cena's never won.
Yeah. That's true. That'd be a really good one.
So
Like him and Brunson Reed, like it could just be
yeah,
so many fun matchups. We just
yeah,
need him and Sheamus. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, I
Him
need
and
them to.
Sheamus, somebody's coming out of there. Like they're both coming out of there with body full of bruises.
Oh yeah, like
Like
it's gonna get uncomfortable, which I love. Um, no, you're right though. You're right. I mean, it's time. We all love Sammy, but it's getting a little OD at this point. Like starting to get a little like the comeback story was cute for a sec, but now it's like he ain't that guy. Um, oh, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm ready for him. Like Pat said, I love Sammy, but I can't see him beating him twice.
Would make
I
no sense.
That makes no sense. For
Yeah.
one, This match should be honestly a triple threat. They should have left it alone.
Should have let Ilya get in there.
Yeah, they should. It should have been a triple threat instead of this number one contender out
Yeah,
of Braun and Ilya. Just make them. Just have them do a triple threat.
yeah. Give Ilya that spotlight too.
Yes.
But then you have to decide: do you pin Sammy or do you pin Ilya?
Sammy.
Sammy needs to get pinned.
Like, what we doing? Say we got to take that L, bro.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah,
man,
take that pin.
we gave you a couple mania moments. Yeah, you're
Right.
gonna take this L, man.
Fair enough.
Like, but because I mean, if Braun were to pin Ilya for the title, it doesn't hit as hard. So it's like Braun pinning Sammy hits a little harder. But I mean, triple threat would have been dope. I think this match is gonna be fun. Like, I think this is gonna be good one if they really let him give him time.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so
plus, if you pin Sammy, it's no, oh, you didn't pin me.
yeah,
You prolong
exactly.
it some more.
Right. You got to kind of move on. But okay. Next we have. Honestly, I'm going by my interest. I'm not going off of like main event, but I'm going off of what I'm interested in. Next we have Cody versus Solo Sikoa. I am not as interested in this match to be honest, just because it's Solo Sikoa. You know what I mean? If it was Jacob Fatu, I'd be like, hey man, I'm tapped in. Like game time viewing. You know what I mean? I'm front row seat. But Solo versus Cody, I'm just not. I've seen that match 1,000 times. I'm kind of good on it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what interest to say about it. Go ahead, Pat.
I think this one's gonna be different because it's a different type of solo. The matches that Cody's had with him before, he was Roman's enforcer solo and didn't have really much of like a character like behind him. Now it's he's the head of the table. He's controlling basically this Samoan uh hit squad basically. Um, and so I think it's gonna be a little bit different of a match. I think it's gonna be like a little bit better of a story. Cody, I think, is gonna make him look really good, really strong. Um, but like you're gonna have the interference, like
You know
Tom's
we're
gonna
gonna have a new one too, a new interference person too, by the way.
yeah.
If it's in the main event, which I think it will be, I'm I'm hoping we get. I think Roman's. You know what I mean? I think it might be Roman time, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Um, but I mean, it is SummerSlam, so like it doesn't feel like a SummerSlam to me for some reason, but it is summer. Maybe because we've had so many PLEs recently, but uh, yeah, if Roman comes back, my interest peaks. Obviously, like you said, there's going to be the Roman Reigns formula of battle, 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 interfere. I'm cool with that formula, but I think that's the same thing for Solo. And Fatu's gonna come in there. Like Cody gonna have to fight off all them Samoans to get out there with a W.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think we all know Solo ain't winning, right?
Is it
I
for the
hope
title?
not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, then no.
yeah.
No.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Pat, what do you think? Oh, I'm
Um,
sorry, L. What do you think?
I was gonna say I think I'm pretty answered that already.
Yeah,
I'm more excited about after the match
yeah,
to
yeah. I
see
think I think you're right.
if Roman what happens when he comes back.
Yeah,
And plus, like I said earlier, it's another person who just signed to WWE that's Samoan.
is it the
It's
oldest?
Hikuleo.
Bro, so many, bro. I'm getting
It's
names
Hikuleo.
confused, getting lineage
He's
confused.
another Tongan.
Yeah, he's with Tama Tonga and them
Okay, I know he's tall.
when they was in New Japan.
Yeah, and the tall one, right?
It's the tall one.
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah,
bastard,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
bro.
think he might make a
bro.
appearance.
Cody's gonna have to assemble the Avengers to fight all these Samoans, bro.
Cody ain't safe in the Tongan Islands and the Samoan
No,
Islands, bro.
no.
Cody
But
ain't safe.
do y'all think that this is gonna make Roman and Cody team up?
I
Because
I think
Survivor Series is right around the corner.
I don't know if
So who's gonna go against them besides
okay.
Usos and Roman?
I mean, I personally, I'd rather have Sammy join the crew than have Cody join the crew. But I get storytelling wise why you would have Cody join because you've been beefing with these dudes so long, especially this crew bloodline. But like Sammy, I'm sorry, but Sammy walk out there with the honorary Oos t-shirt. I'm gonna pop. That's just the way
Yeah.
it's gonna
And
be.
they
Yeah.
already teased it with him and Jay
Yeah,
tagged with each other, and I was like,
yeah,
what y'all
Yeah.
doing? What y'all
bro.
doing?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna pop. Whereas with Cody, I'm not gonna pop. I mean, there's gonna be a cool interaction between Roman and Cody, and Roman being like, hey, "This is strictly business. Like, I don't like you." You know what I mean? That's gonna be cool. But when Sammy walk out there with the crew with the one up, I'm gonna pop. Like it's just the way it is.
Do you think they bring in Mr. Johnson?
And then I forgot about the final boss aspect of it.
If he doesn't, I
Could
don't see him wrestling, but
yeah,
he's gonna show up.
Or do you
I can see
think
him
they
popping up.
reveal him as who's been behind
The
giving the
new
orders to Solo?
Oh, they got to.
yeah,
I don't know if
I
it's
can
gonna
see
be
that.
Survivor Series, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could, and I think if you're gonna reveal that, I think Survivor Series at least you mention him, he pops up, whatever. You know what I mean?
He's gonna
I
get
would
teased.
rather I would rather Roman come back and side with Solo and say I've been telling Solo to do all this, and then The Rock come back and say, hey, this is not what this is supposed to be. Like you're gone too
Mm,
far. Everything's gone to your head. Like come back as a babyface. It's like babyface Rock works better right now.
He's gonna be healed.
I want opposite.
We better have babyface Roman. That's what's back to be.
Yeah, I want opposite, but I have a little bit of. I mean, I shouldn't at this point, but I have a little bit of like, do I want just baby favorite Roman? Like, I want the tribal chief Roman, who just so happens to be in a situation where he needs to get his get back, and then we're behind him. I don't want
No, he ain't
him
gonna
being all
be.
nice and
No, he ain't gonna
you
be
know what I
big
mean.
dog Roman. It ain't gonna
Yeah, I
happen.
don't want that.
He ain't gonna have that. He gonna
Yeah,
be like, okay, I see what this is about. I'm about to
yeah,
go. Yeah, you've been and plus Solo been talking crap
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
about
just want
Roman.
yeah, I want Roman in
That's true.
pursuit of his tribal chief's seat again. And that we all know is like that's a villainous seat. However, we want him in that seat. So um
And plus, what
but
they did to
I
Paul
think
Heyman.
oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, he
We
gotta
haven't seen
get
Paul
back.
since he got parrot bombed through a table.
My dude got folded up in that through that table, bro.
He
That was
Yeah,
took
he
a
did
crazy.
not.
Samoan spike. He took a
Yeah,
splash.
he did not take
Yeah.
that well.
No,
He did not
that
take
was
that
tough.
power bomb well at
No, he
all.
didn't.
He didn't.
I didn't
Uh,
think he
He
was
didn't.
anyway.
Yeah. He probably wanted it that way. Yeah. Man
mhm.
stayed up for a stupid amount of hours. Um, okay. I think we know kind of the Cody solo has many different context even outside of that match that we're more excited about. So I get that. Um, let's get to um Gunther versus Damian Priest, World Heavyweight Championship. Now I'll get my biasness out the way. See, I'll clear the floor for you guys. I think we know what should happen here. I think we know the best wrestler on the planet is wrestling in this match. Therefore, he should walk out of there with the belt on his shoulder. Like my man is spitting racist uh
Oh, yeah, he
uh
is.
promos, killing it, killing it. Like you know what I mean? Like we're just spitting some very controversial promos and murdering it. Like even last week, and he was like, "I want to apologize." Like he was making it almost like an apology. It's like I don't regret anything, and then crowd went like he got heat. This is the perfect time. I mean, any time is a perfect time for Gunther, but this is the perfect time. He is a heel at the highest extent, and he can back it up in the ring. Give him the belt. Let Damian go on this whole like whatever journey he's going on. No one cares. Give it to Gunther. We all know what time it is. This is the time to do it. All right, I'll let you guys work. What do you think?
This is interesting to me because there's so many angles this can go, and there's so many other people that can get involved.
Yeah,
Because where is what's the other one name?
Ludwig
Vici?
Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci.
Him. Where is he at?
Did
Release probably. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know if Triple H is going to use that because the crowd is going to be like, "Who the fuck is this thing? Like, who the hell is that? And why is he in a heavyweight championship match? You know what I mean?
And you
Or why
think
is he
Finn is going to
dictating a heavyweight
screw
championship match?
Damien?
Yeah. No, like you're saying, basically Imperium gets involved to screw Damien.
Yeah. Or Finn is going to kind of do what Dom been doing and being wrong place at the wrong time and screw him out of it. Is that
Yeah,
going to happen? Because
yeah.
I don't think this is going to be clean whatsoever.
I don't. I could. It's in my side of my brain. I do. Other side of my brain thinks Damien goes full honorary. Like, hey, I'm going with honor here. I don't want the blood. I don't want Judgment Day involved. And then Gunther goes, hey, I didn't agree to that. And then Imperium comes in there and helps him win a championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I really don't care. As long as Gunther walks out, I'm good.
And that's the
I'm
part I
happy.
don't know either. Like, is he going to walk out with that thing?
He has to, bro. If he does, if he loses, I'm gonna be upset. Like, there's no reason to delay this any longer. Like, what are we doing? We know who the best guy on the roster is. Let's stop playing. And Pat, I feel like you kind of, you know what I mean? When I said he's the best guy in the world, you kind of snickered, my guy. Like, is there a problem?
Yeah,
Yeah, there is
we
because
could
he's not
we
the
could see
best in
his
the world.
full face now outside that dark.
He's not the best in the world.
Who's the best in the
Not,
world?
he's not the best in the world. It's
Who's the
only one
best in the
man.
world?
It's AJ Styles. Come on, don't play me.
Bro, all right. Like,
Don't play me.
I can't even go.
If it's not AJ, if it's not AJ, and I would never think in my a million years I'd say something like this. But Will Ospreay,
No, no, no,
a
no,
man's
no, no.
cooking. A man's cooking. A man's cooking. A man's cooking.
Bro.
And I'm not a big AEW fan, but uh, anyway, my take on this, besides Gunther's not the best wrestler in the world, uh, he has to win because if he does not win, there's not really another story. Like, I mean, he could come back and say, "I want another shot," but it just like it almost not that feels random, but it just like it doesn't fit the arc. Like
Yeah,
he won King of the Ring.
facts. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Uh, this he needs to win this because if he doesn't, then it's like, what's getting him that other shot? Like
Right,
he can't go back to the IC title. Um, like I mean, he can have matches that don't involve a title, but at the same time, like there's not a whole lot because Ilya right now is tied up with Sammy and Braun. They're
right,
probably gonna
Yeah.
feud. Ilya's gonna probably feud with Braun for a minute. Um, and I just think him winning, but the way he wins, so it's gonna be a Judgment Day cluster. They're gonna try to help Damien. It's gonna cause Damien's gonna try to tell him no. Damien's gonna get caught. Damien loses, and then um he blames Finn and JD, and then that starts the breakup
right.
of Judgment Day, along with like Rhea and Dom Singh. Whenever that happens, like one of those two is gonna start it, and it's just gonna continue with whatever comes after. Um,
I agree with that.
I can see
at
that.
least
I
at
agree
least
with that.
not even maybe not even like the full breakup of Judgment Day, but it's gonna start the Damian Priest leaving.
Separation. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree
And
with
like
that.
that if because I was thinking as y'all were talking about it, I was trying to figure out in my head what would happen for both ways. Like if Damien won, what would Gunther do if he lost? Versus like if Gunther won, what would Damien do when he lost? And with Damien losing, there's a lot more ways you can go to continue something with him.
Yeah,
Versus Gunther, it'd have to be somebody screwing him or something like to give him to fuel him, push him. Also, after Gunther, who's next for Damien?
yeah,
Because I mean, the only reason why he's had the two successful defenses is because they needed him for Gunther.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Because they didn't like Damien. You can have Damien lose to Gunther, and it's not going to hurt him as much. Whereas you put somebody else there for like 2 months and like they lose to Gunther, it's like, well, okay. But like there's you still have it's not gonna hurt Damian only because there's other stories he can do after losing. Whereas anybody else there wouldn't be anything else kind of thing. So yeah, Gunther definitely has to win this. If not, I don't know. I mean, I trust Triple H, so whatever he does, you know, it's right. It's what's gonna happen. He knows best. I'm just a guy on a podcast, but uh, I Gunther has to win.
I agree. What do you
I
think?
agree too. Yeah, he has to win this. Like he has to.
Yeah, like
Like Pat
it's
said, like where do you go if he didn't?
right. And this my thing is like for Gunther, if he wins, he has so many people down the line. Ilya, now Ilya's down the line obviously because he just lost a contender
Especially
match, so he has
that
ways to
don't
go.
like him.
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of people he's beat the crap out of for the
And as
IC title.
as much as we
Sheamus,
would, as yeah, Sheamus, Drew
Drew,
McIntyre and Gunther after
Yep.
Drew's done with CM Punk.
even CM Punk.
CM Punk. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Like
And kind of like semi immediately, you
Seth Rollins. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sammy, because Sammy kind of technically has a claim, like, hey, I beat you at WrestleMania for the
thanks.
Intercontinental title. Like,
Yeah,
I want
I
to do
can
it
do it
again,
again.
but this
Yeah.
for the World Heavyweight title this
big
time.
dog.
Like,
Yeah, it's just it off. It's certain bookings that just fit. Now sometimes they surprise us, but this one just fits perfectly together. Like all the pegs fit to where you have a Judgment Day storyline going down where they're just interviewed. Then you have Gunther kind of ascend towards what we all thought he should be. So no, I think you're right. Like I think it kind of has to go that way.
I mean, the only thing
Like
if Damian wins, if he'd go with Drew after Punk and Drew, because there's still that like unsettled stuff right there.
yeah,
But Punk and Drew are gonna go for months.
right.
So
Yeah,
like you
that's
have that issue of until then, who do you
facts.
send? So
Yeah, I can see it. All right, and lastly, our potentially rivalry of the year, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I wasn't sure if this was going to happen just because with CM Punk's injury being cleared and whatnot, but they're making it happen. They waited to the right moment, biggest show of the summer, and yeah, it's gonna be like that's a Drew is a physical guy. Like I don't want to say I'm concerned for CM, but CM better be in tip top shape, man. Like Drew ain't gonna hold back. Drew ain't go out to, you know what I mean? Drew was used to banging with Sheamus in there. So like this is gonna be interesting. But like I said, what do you think of this one and who do you think's gonna win?
Oh boy,
Or if there is a winner, who knows?
it better be a winner. We can't be going
Yeah,
through all this, then whooping each other's ass, and then we get some weird DQ
yeah, that would be kind of trash.
situation.
Yeah. We
I
should
don't
either
know. This is the
this is
one
like
I have no clue who could win this.
yeah, you would think a
It,
stipulation would be on this.
right.
I think the only stipulation is the guest referee,
I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
which I think is done. Like I am very much an advocate for the first match in a rivalry should not have a stip, but this one, the way it's been building,
yeah,
like you almost have to have it, and like it does not have to be like a anything goes or whatever, but like give me something where they can use some kind of
yeah,
weapons, like no DQ kind of thing, but like they still have to pin, like yeah, just something to where it's not just like all right, it honestly this feud should end in unsanctioned match, like bring that back. Nobody in the arena, they're just like, hey, you guys have been at each other's throats, like we can't sanction this because of what you guys could potentially do to each other.
right.
So go.
Yeah. I like that idea. It's the ultimate finale. I like that idea.
If Seth don't come out looking like Shawn Michaels with that referee outfit on,
Yeah, you got to
Cut
do it
off.
big.
he
Yeah,
gotta do something with. I'm looking for the outfit. I forgot that he was a special guest referee until Pat
forgot
just
about
said
that
it.
stipulation.
Now,
Yeah,
yeah, I forgot about that. It's about to be some shenanigans because
that's
they none of them like each other.
that's what's gonna man. That was a really good decision because like
Yeah, because like that can kind of still add that like they can use weapons thing.
yeah, because Seth might
Because
low
Seth
key
could
be
be like,
like,
"Man, F it, I
don't
want
ring the
both of y'all to
bell.
kill each other."
Yeah, exactly. Don't ring the bell. Like let
No,
them,
no, no,
you
no,
know what I
no.
mean? Let them
Let them do
fight.
that. Let them fight.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, they definitely could go. I mean, you can get wild as it needs to be, honestly. Um, and the crowd is really into this rivalry. Again, this is great work, like on both sides. Like might be the rivalry of the year so far.
And they the biggest haters of the year too. By the way,
Right, like been screwing each other over for a while now.
in
Yeah.
different countries, both of
It's
them.
for good. Yeah,
And
there's
this
some
is one
red
of
eye.
those this is one of those that like Willis has mentioned before of you got to take some of the realism and like put it into it. Like if I'm CM Punk or Drew McIntyre, like, and I've been screwed over multiple times, I'm not just gonna go in there and classic lock it up, give you a
Yeah,
headlock, have a classic wrestling match. Like it's hands on sight with my
right.
hands and anything else I can grab. Like
Yeah,
I'm not just about to wrestle you. I'm about to beat your ass. Like
yeah.
so the fact that
Facts.
yeah that they need some kind of a stipulation
No,
for that.
facts. Like as soon as that CM Punk music hits, you walk out, Claymore. Like
Yeah, I'm
I'm running
running
from
up
the
the
side
ramp.
of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
Like going
Like
down the ramp.
yeah, like I am walking. I'm popping up on him. Like yeah. Either way, but like you said, like that should be like Seth has to get control of things, and then it starts a match. But like yeah, I agree. Like it got to be blows. Like and I think they're both smart enough to know like we can't just be out there like all right and go against the ropes,
Yeah.
back up a couple
Arm
seconds and
drag.
punt. Yeah, like we
Yeah.
can't
Right.
we can't do that. Like this ain't the match for that. But yeah, especially like CM Punk like doing a crazy match kind of helps his with the cardio and stuff like kind of taking breaks, using weapons. Whereas a real wrestling match that's tough on the body. I mean, injury wise, anyways, he can take a couple chair shots just fine. But um, so who do we think is winning this? I mean, I I want to say CM Punk wins, but I don't know. I think both will be fine if they lose, but I think the point was to bring CM Punk back to launch him, towards the big main event. So I don't know.
But Drew been taking
uh,
too many L's.
Yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be a winner. I think like Seth gets knocked out somehow, and then or like they wind up hitting Seth, and he just starts beating the both of them. Like I don't think there's gonna be a
shenanigans.
winner. Yeah, like there's gonna be some kind of double count out, double something. Like there's not gonna be a winner to where like they go to the next one, or it's gonna be Punk, and then you have Drew come back. I'm not done with you.
Yeah,
I'm not like that's this is not how this is ending, and like they go until like Drew goes on a rampage until he gets another match,
yeah,
and they wind up going till I think it goes till Bad Blood, like that's where it finishes. To be honest,
yeah. That's
I
perfect for
just
that.
I just thought about Seth can screw CM Punk so we can start this CM Punk Seth Rollins WrestleMania
Mm, yeah,
also too.
yeah. I can see that. I can definitely
Because
see
now I
like
think about it, like if Drew wins, okay,
right.
we can kind of see where he can go after that. If CM Punk wins, where is he going to go? He
Well,
works better if he gets betrayed or he takes a loss because of a certain reason.
see, I don't know because it's like if CM Punk loses, where does he like?
That's why I said Seth
how
is
does
going
that
to
benefit?
screw him. Seth is going to screw him.
Maybe, but I don't want to see CM Punk wrestling Sheamus for the on the mid card. Like I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like I want to see CM Punk against talking trash to Gunther, talking trash to the main Seth, like you said. Seth in a big rivalry, but he has to win to get to Seth. To me, or like I mean, I can see the betrayal, but it's just he needs a win. Whereas Drew, we know like Drew is fine. Like Drew will be just fine taking an L.
I think Seth is gonna try to screw him, but Punk's still gonna win, and that
Yeah,
helps set up because like CM Punk finishes with Drew McIntyre, and then he comes out, "Hey Seth, don't think I forgot about what you did or tried to do or whatever."
yeah,
So I think CM Punk wins, to be honest, or there's like not necessarily a winner of this one, but like CM Punk will win this feud.
yeah. That's better point. Is I think this is a 3 match, 2 to 3 match deal to where match here, match bad blood, match maybe Royal Rumble. I don't know, but you know what I mean. I think it's more than just one match and we're done. Like usually with a
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is
rivalry like
not. Yeah,
this,
this
you
is
don't.
more than one.
Yeah, you don't just do one. Um, that's a good point. That's a good point. Um, I guess out of 1 to 10, on a 1 to 10 to finish out, how excited are you for this SummerSlam? Pat, what would you give it on a 1 to 10 rating?
I think I'm gonna go 7 because I think I'm semi interested in most of these matches. The bigger
Mm,
ones, like the Cody match, mainly just to kind of see what all plays out, and then
yeah,
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre just because it's been 6 months at this point. I feel like with those two,
yeah,
um, and just see how that goes. And then the rest of the matches, like pique my interest somewhat. So it'll be
yeah,
interesting to see how everything goes. It's just a lot of it doesn't feel like a spectacle-y type SummerSlam like the last couple have been, but it definitely feels like
mm,
hey, there's a lot of storylines that are like being tied up or starting or like different points can come out of how things happen at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna go
yeah.
7.
So, what about you?
Ooh, I was gonna say a 7 as well. After Pat was talking about, spectacle and all of that, I'm gonna say an 8 because for one, it's a whole bunch of unknowns. We don't know who could win
Hmm.
in some of these matches. But also, this is like the WrestleMania of the, summer.
Yeah,
So hopefully we, get some surprises like he has done in the last 2 years. Triple
yeah,
H
that's true.
has.
That's
Because
true.
what was it when his first SummerSlam is when he brought out, Bailey, EO, and Dakota.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll say
Is
eight
that the
just
one
because of
Brock
those
came back to?
reasons. Yeah, that's when they did the forklift thing or whatever that was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, you're right. No, no, that's an accurate one. I'm probably closer to a 7 just because my only issue, I wish we would have had a tag team. Like I wish we would have had a tag team match. I wish we would have had something to kind of switch it up. We got a lot of simple, clean defenses, which we know they aren't going to be clean, but like
Yeah.
there's no stipulation matches really. There's no tag team matches. It's like, dang, like can we get a little different style of a match? You know what I mean? Just on the face of things. That'd have been nice, especially if we're trying to enhance the tag team championships. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Gargano and Tommaso Champion in Cleveland, like it's going down. Like crowd would go crazy, especially against the Bloodline. Like
Yeah.
crowds into that automatically. Um, so maybe they fit that in the main roster. I doubt it, but maybe I could see them. I could see Johnny Gargano walking into the Adam Pierce or what's my dude's Friday Night
Nick
SmackDowns?
Nick
Aldis.
Aldis?
Yeah, Nick Aldis' office and be like, "Yo, we're in Cleveland. Like, we need a match." You know what I mean, or something like that.
Like,
But
don't put us on SmackDown.
yeah, come on, dog. Like we deserve a real moment. You know, and they worked hard. Like them dudes been dog. Like I remember when Gargano, we barely saw that man on Monday
Right.
Night Raw ever.
Hmm.
You know, but all right, yeah, I think it's a solid card, and I think we could definitely. It's a lot of good surprises and a lot of really good storyline type matches that could, like we talked about, can go either way. kind of have some cool different results, no matter which way they go. But all
It
right,
also
fellas,
looks
anything?
like it feels very much like Triple H is starting his building the next set of stars.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree. It seems like some upcoming people versus most of them are upcoming people for the most part. Upcoming people versus the next generation or the next person they kind of want to move into that top spot, even if they've been here a little bit. Um,
Do
I
you
mean,
think
Logan
we'll
Paul,
see
LA.
AJ Lee?
Ooh, I thought about that. SummerSlam, I mean, it's a big event. I mean,
Because we've been
apparently she's
saying a
not
whole,
going to be
we've been
there
hearing her name way too
decades at
much.
this point. Yeah. Um, yeah, I could see if they do it, it would be SummerSlam, I feel like, or Mania. I just feel like we've just been duped too many times to where I don't know. Now her name being mentioned, absolutely, I can see that happening. Even if he's already kind of hinted at it, I can see him like legitimately saying her name. But we'll see. We shall see. That's why I think this will kind of continue. That rivalry will continue. But all right, folks, we're gonna get out of here. Again, we will review SummerSlam, kind of break down everything that happens. And yeah, until next time, we out. Yeah.